Okay, first things first. I will not be accepting any homosexual slander in the comment section. If I find any, I'll remove them and ban them. You know why? Because this is about the Hominid family. This is not supposed to be slandering anyone of a different sexuality. Okay? With that out of the way, Homo Habilis. Homo habilis has dated to existed about 3 million to 1.5 million years ago. And like the majority of ancient fossils of man, they have been found mostly in Africa. Homo habilis is also considered when ancient man was getting away from eating vegetation to eating more meat and becoming more omnivorous. This is rather interesting given that Homo habilis shares more features with primates than it does with modern man. Yes, I'm aware that there are apes in the wild that will eat meat and can use basic tools, but Homo habilis was the first to use stone as a weapon, or at the very least for cutting meat. Let's also make it clear that Homo habilis stands for handyman.
So this week on Handyman Corner, I'm going to show you how you can turn regular all-season deep tread tires into smooth racing slicks using this flamethrower.
Okay, I'm trying to be more serious, I swear. The anatomy of Homo habilis is very similar to an Australopithecus, a fairly small ape but capable of walking upright just like man today. But make no mistake, Homo habilis is a part of the same genus that we are, not Australopithecus. Which means that it's the most ape-like out of all the homos. This is proving to be a difficult subject to talk about. This isn't like any other dinosaur, where I just breeze through some facts that I know so easily. This is difficult because it's a part of our family. Part of our genes and everything. And it's a very controversial subject in the science, in religion, where we came from, what are we, subject of Darwinism and whatnot. It just makes you think. It makes me think, but I'm wasting time and I need to talk more about the facts. As far as habilis' appearances in media, the most well-known one is the BBC's Walking with Cavemen. And I know a lot of people that say this is the worst of the Walking with series, mostly because Tim Haynes and Jasper James are not a part of it, but honestly I have a lot of respect for it. I mean, the style is very jarring compared to what we're used to, but I like that it's changed itself creatively, and it still keeps one of the most important parts of the Walking with series, making it feel like a nature documentary. All the parts where we actually focus on the cavemen are done very well. Excellently, in fact. But again, I can understand where people are coming from. Most likely it has to do with the change in narrators as well as the modern times bits. The UK version having Robert Winston, while the American version has Alec Baldwin of all people. And really, this is the least Alec Baldwin has been a Baldwin.
One researcher said that only Twiggy has been that flat. She's been called Twiggy after the 60s supermodel ever since. Choppers, bone breakers, not works of art, but more than enough to do the job.
But the big reason why I truly do respect Walking with Cavemen has to do with the actors playing the hominids. Think about it. There are actors that pass out in the studio while wearing facial makeup, and yet these actors are out in the hot sun in full body makeup. I don't care what you say, that is some hardcore work. Just give them a round of applause, come on. And for all of you complaining about how silly it is that the actors are acting like apes, people, what did you expect? It's the Walking With series. You're going to get quality work. The real thing, because they're not going to hide it from you. And if there were people acting like apes back then you're gonna get people acting like apes. The real thing. Another documentary that I like that talks about ancient man is Dawn of Humanity, which came out pretty recently. The story is basically about finding a bunch of hominid fossils in a cave, and it's actually really cool, and I think you should check it out. Now, for my opinion, and I feel like I gotta talk about this, so if you don't care, just skip to the end so you can see what dinosaur I'm gonna talk about. But if you want to see me talk about real issues, real world issues, then listen up. The subject of the origins of humanity has and always will be a controversial issue. And personally, I am a Christian, and I believe in the teachings of the Bible. But I also know that evolution exists, because there is solid proof and it is believable. But there's a difference between what you know and what you believe. I believe in not lying and not cheating other people and not killing other people, but I also know that evolution is real. But there are people out there that think that evolution is a belief, and they think it's constructed to annihilate Christianity or something. But when it comes down to it, I know where I'm going to go when it becomes my time. And just because I don't think that everything in Genesis is complete truth, or that it can't be up to interpretation, I don't think that my Savior will keep me out just for that. I like talking about prehistory and paleontology and paleoanthropology. That shouldn't keep me from being a Christian. I feel like I should talk about something a bit more lighthearted. Ooh, I know! I love classic movies. Let's draw from the hat. Come on. What are you gonna give me? Saltosaurus. Okay. That's a decent one. Yeah. I think I feel better now. Thank you.